Okay, I don't know if my YouTube video has sound or not, but it should. Anyway, I just wanted to get on here and jot down something in my digital diary because this morning I was hearing secret competition. Secret competition. And I remember, like, over the last couple of years, I have really been going through a secret competition, I guess. And I'm not quite sure why I was going or who wanted to be in competition with me, why I was going through this or anything like that, but I'm hearing like secret competition. Now, last night, I had ended up stopping at Captain J's or whatever because my money was a little bit tight, but I had to feed the kids. So I'm like, whatever, fuck it, I'm just about to grab this chicken because that would be what I would be able to get for the more for my money or whatever. And as I stop at Captain J's, there's this guy in there, and he's like, I just want you to know that you're very beautiful, blase, please. So I'm said thank you a few times because he kept saying it over and over. So I'm like, oh, thank you, blase, please. But then he's like, he starts talking about being in fathers not being in their kids' lives and blase split, things like that. So I'm like, oh, okay, I'm just listening, but not really complaining or engaging or too much. I'm just nodding and agreeing or whatever, because really at this point I'm tired. Something had occurred where I was a little bit irritated. I didn't want to take my frustration out on him because he was just a random guy talking to me. So I was pretty much kind of like just being quiet or whatever, but listening to what it is that he was talking about or whatnot. Hold on. Anywho, I was listening to what it was that he was talking about. And then he goes off to say, like, I had bought my girl a house and put her up in the house and told her, like, I just wanted her to take care of it until I got out of jail. But, she decided to go her way, so I went my way, and she can't be mad at me for that. And I was just listening, and I'm like, oh, okay, but why he kept saying, because he kept saying it over and over, and I'm just thinking to myself, like, why is, oh shit, it's a walking stereotype. Oh shit. Anyway, so I'm wondering, like, why is he telling me this story over and over again about his baby mama, like, leaving him or whatever? And for some reason, it was just making me think of Pooh, Derek Collins, and typical basketball people. Anyway, it was making me think of my old guy friend, Pooh, Derek Collins. And Pooh was real cool or whatever, but, he and I, we never got anything off the ground. We were never in a relationship. It was just, we was just cool or whatnot. But anyway, I had noticed, like, when I ended up getting pregnant with Mari, first of all, not Mari, Mally. I ended up getting pregnant with Mally or whatever. And, me and Mac was messing around at that time. So, but in between me and Mac messing around at that time, me and Mac wasn't in a relationship either. I was a single woman or whatever. But that was the person who I really fucked with or whatnot. I'm done reading comments at the moment. I'm telling my story on my channel. So, at that moment, Mac and I were messing around for a minute or whatever. And let me break down the story because it's going to be a minute since I ain't in a rush to do shit. I want to chop it up with my digital diary. So, I meet Mac in 2017, but I met Pooh in 2015 or 2016. I think I met him in 2015 or whatever. It was like April or whatnot. But I met Pooh. I was at my old friend Ajane's house, and Ajane lived off Cortland in Dexter. And one day I was over there, and she was talking to this guy named E, and he lived on Cortland too. But he lived on the other side. And they was about to have a block party on Cortland and Dexter, and I had happened to come over there. And as I go and park my car at Isleah house, but I go down to walk to the block party on Cortland, I ends up bumping into Pooh, Derek, or whatever. And this is way back. Again, this like 2015, 2016. This when I had my black Malibu. Derek, he had his burgundy Regal, if I'm not mistaken. So, boom, I'm getting ready to walk to the block party. We about to have a good time or whatever. I don't know nobody over there except for my friend, Ajane. Boom, I hit Cortland and Dexter on the other side with the gas station or whatever. Pooh about to leaving from Sturtevant, Leslie, one of them streets or whatnot. He pull up on me on Cortland. He like, hey, babe. I'm like, hey. He like, get in the car and ride with me. And I got in the car and rode with him when we was really just going to get some chicken and shit from D&L at the liquor store. You know, they got the chicken place right there. I don't know if it's Manhattan or Captain J's or one of them. But, you know, in Dexter and Livernois in the liquor store, it's the chicken place right next door. So, boom, me and Pooh, we go get the chicken for the block party or whatever. We in there chopping it up. We having a good time. He got the same amount of kids as me. He asked me when my birthday is. I'm like, oh, my birthday July 9th. He like, stop playing. My birthday July 5th. Blase split. Boom, we hit it off right then and there. And we was just cool. But, again, never being in a relationship, we just was cool people or whatever. I spend the night at his house from time to time, or we'll go stay at the room, or every time, you know, when we link up or whatever, it's just cool. We just chill. Have a good time. I like being around him, too. You know, he used to make me feel real safe. We was both cancers. He was very, very protective. He was a real good guy. He was real strong. I liked what he brought to the table, per se. You know, but, again, we were never in a relationship. So, boom. You know, we kick it off, and every blue moon, we hit each other up like, hey, what you doing? I want to come spend the night, or hey, come over, blase split. So, that's how me and Pooh's relationship was. Again, nothing serious. Like, I was still talking to my baby daddy. I was living at my baby daddy mama house when I had met him, but my baby daddy was just doing what he wanted to do. Mama D, she was kind of like my mama. She was my baby daddy's mother, but I kind of treated her like my mama. Like, my mother and grandmother was deceased or whatever. After I had my kids, I was living with them and things like that, and me and Mama D was real cool. I had treated her like my mom or whatever. And when her son and my baby daddy was cheating on me and doing me all types of ways and things like that, I started talking to other people, and I wasn't hiding it. I was real open with his mama. I'm like, oh, I'm about to go to my friend's house. Can you watch the kids? Blase split. She'd be like, yeah, girl, you need to go and live your life. My son ain't doing shit. You know, we have that type of relationship or whatever. So, you know, it was cool or whatnot. But again, you can't really jump into no relationship when you living at your baby mama, your baby daddy's mother's house. Even if we ain't together, it still just seemed a little bit weird. But I was still getting to know people, per se. My baby daddy was out living a vida loca, not helping do shit. So, you know, it was cool or whatever. Boom, I meet him. We ain't in a relationship. So, of course, I have other guy friends. I end up meeting Mac. And when I meet Mac, I happen to meet Mac at the gas station on Joy Road in Dexter. Because at this time, I was renting a flat on Philadelphia for my brother's friend's mother. And I happened to stop at the gas station, and I bump into Mac at the gas station. This is when he just now getting his first barbershop that he had over here, or whatever. He was just leaving his cousin barbershop. So he like, you don't remember me? I'm like, no. I do remember seeing him one time before, though, and I was with my friend Ajane again, and she was taking her son to the barbershop. And this is when her son went to the barbershop that Mac's cousin owned. So I had went with her to take Ashton to the barbershop one time, and because we was about to get ready to go somewhere. My sons had hair. They didn't need haircuts, but her son had needed a haircut. So I took her to the barbershop to get his haircut, and Mac was the barber. So when I bumped into him at the gas station, he's like, you don't remember me? I'm like, nah, I don't know you. I'm like, but I see you before you cut my friend's son's hair. And he like, you don't remember me from nowhere else? I'm like, no. And he like, I'm your daddy or whatever. And that was just so funny to me. And now that I think of it, that's why I say Mac reminds me of Al Jaquan Busby, which was my boyfriend when I was a teenager from New Jersey. So Mac reminds me of Aljaquan Busby. But Mac was like, you don't remember me? And I'm like, no, I don't remember you or whatever. So boom, anywho, I meet him at Joy Road and Dexter at the gas station. I met Pooh a year or two prior on Cortland in Dexter. But those are only a few blocks apart. So when I had met Mac, I swear to goodness, I instantly had asked him. I'm like, do you know somebody named Pooh? Or he like, Pooh? Nah. I'm like, you know somebody named Derek? He like, nah, or whatever. I'm like, oh. He like, why? I'm like, because that's somebody who I used to talk to, and I kind of like met him over here in this area, and I don't want to talk to nobody who he talked to because, you know, I kind of like him or whatever. And he like, oh, no, or whatnot. And he like, oh, he like, you sound like you kind of like that nigga being that you asking and shit like that. I'm like, I did kind of like him, you know, but we don't fuck around like that. We ain't in a relationship, but I fuck with him to the point where I don't want to fuck with none of his friends per se. So we get into the understanding that they don't know each other. So boom, I started talking to Mac, and me and Mac hit it off. We cool. Like, I'm starting to go up to the barbershop every day. I'm chilling. I get up, go to work, you know, take my kids to school or whatever, pick my kids up. You know, at this time, they go into their granny house every day after school, all their friends over there. So I pick my kids up from school, take them out to Southfield to their granny house. Boom. Call Mac, like, what we eat for lunch today? Go get our food, go up to the barbershop. I done knew all the motherfucking customers up in that bitch and everything. Like, hey, y'all. I come in there sometimes like, all right, it's time for everybody to go. I'm home now on Blase Splee. Like, me and Mac had really kicked it off. Like, it was real cool. And we was chilling. Like, when I say kick it off, I mean, it's like we was friends. I would come and tell him about my day and shit. He would tell me about his. We was cool. He had like, it's almost like he had became my best friend. So now that I'm sitting and talking about this shit and shit, it's like Mac had became my best friend or whatever. I would literally go and see him every fucking day. And he was the same way with me. I swear to God, it'd be sometimes I don't even think he had nobody here to cut. That motherfucker would come to that goddamn barbershop just to see me. Get away from home. I don't give a fuck. He would come to that barbershop to see me or something. So I'm fucking with him for like 8 months. Or whatever, we just linking up at the shop or whatever, going to talk or whatnot. That's his place of business. He the only barber in there, so it ain't like I'm disrupting the peace or nothing. It was almost like a home away from home. So boom, I would go to the barbershop and kick it with him, you know, leave there, go pick kids up, go home, blase split. My baby daddy, at that point, it's like we lived together, but I knew he was doing what he wanted to do, so I wasn't considering us being in a relationship. He had just come to that bitch when he wanted to. And at that point, it's like, I was figuring we did live together. Shit, at this point, now I'm single. You done cheated, you done had these other kids that I'm finding out about and all types of shit. So, like, Mac was right on time. It's like, soon as my baby daddy really got the big head and started fucking with a whole bunch of bitches and cheating on me, and bitches started coming to my inbox talking about they pregnant and that's why they about to name their son a Junior and all types of shit. It's like, I had somebody right there with me. I had people or whatever. Like, God was like, oh, he about to play you, your baby daddy about to fuck over you. Well, let me send you somebody else who's going to be a comfort to you per se. And that's how I feel like Mac was. And that's how my friend LaShawn Belcher was too. Like, me and Belcher, we knew each other since the 6th grade. And he always been a comfort for me. Like, if I can describe me and Belcher's relationship, I would kind of use like, me and Belcher and me and Mac, like, I could go and cry to them, talk to them, express myself to them, get that shit off my chest, just like how I come and do my digital diary. And they were just my male guy friends who would talk to me, who would understand, and then they'll talk back to me about the shit that they was going through. We had a real good relationship, per se. So, but that was before me and Mac, you know, really got to fucking for real. We was talking, then we get to fucking around, and it's cool. You know, I'm linking up with him. We getting to know each other. We having a good time getting to know each other at that. And then, like, about after like 8 months go by, I see his baby mama pull up to the barbershop or whatever. And as his baby mom pulls up to the barbershop or whatever, I think she in the car with like her cousins or her friends or something. They coming to pick up some something from him. And he like, oh shit, my baby mama here. And I'm like, oh, okay. Like, what that mean? That's just your baby mama, so what? And at that moment, it's like, well, no, shit, we was kind of like going through a breakup or whatever, but I don't know, blase split. And I'm like, oh, okay. So I'm just chilling with him. We kicking it or whatever. And, as this time, it's like days, months, years is going by. We cool. We kicking it. We friends with benefits, per se. But we got like a different type of relationship. It ain't just, no, I'm about to call you when I want to fuck. It's like, no, I'm call you when I want to talk. I call you when I want to chill. I call you when I want to fuck. Like, shit, we about to go get something to eat real quick and just link and smoke and have a good time. So he had became my friend that way. And I had ended up getting pregnant or whatever. But right around the time that I got pregnant, I had went and slept with Pooh. And me and Pooh, we the ones who had that on and off relationship where it's like, oh, I'm about to call you, come spend the night. And yeah, when you spend the night, we fucking, and no, we ain't putting no condom on. We kind of had that type of relationship. Like, if it makes sense. I don't know. We was flings that fucked around with each other when we wanted to, but it was mutual. Like, I could call him like, I want to spend the night. He could call me like, come spend the night. It was a mutual thing. So I go around, fuck with him or whatever. I get pregnant, blase split. Now, I had some other guy friends in between there too. This is me and my baby daddy first broke up, but these are the two. You know how you got your twos infused, or the ones that you just gonna fuck with no condom, or the ones that you fuck regardless. Like, this my comfortable dick. Like, I've been knowing him for years. I know I ain't gonna go wrong with this dick or whatever. Like, it's the comfort, the toxicity per se. So, boom, I ends up getting pregnant or whatnot, and I wasn't even hiding that shit. Like, when it came to Mac or whatever, now we talking about it, I'm like, well, yeah, it's an option that somebody else can be the dad or whatever. So I went through my pregnancy by myself. I didn't ask nobody to help with a baby shower or nothing like that. I just did everything by myself. And then when I had my baby, like, at first, me and Mac, we was so cool. We was close as fuck. We ain't even gonna DNA test him or whatever, we just gonna go rock it out like this. But he did have a baby mama or whatnot. And in the midst of that, he's still fucking around with his baby mama, so he ended up getting his baby mama pregnant. And I'm like, oh, okay. I don't know. I ain't trying to say I'm nonchalant or non-emotional about this shit, but when it was like, okay, I'm about to still fuck with my baby mama, like, I'm like, okay, I ain't tripping, shit. The situation is what it is. It's kind of crazy anyway. I ain't mad. He ends up getting his baby mama pregnant. And, I had just had my baby. But the first year that Mally was born, me and Mac was still rocking it out. And I don't mean like fucking and shit. I mean, we was still cool as fuck. Like, I had found out that he had got his baby mama pregnant or whatever, and I wasn't giving a fuck. Like, me and him was just cool or whatever. And I dropped my baby off to him and his baby mama. And, I go back and pick my baby up or whatever. It was nothing like that. Me and I sometimes go buy my weed from him still, pull up on him, chop it up with him for a split second, and go on about my business. It was no beef. Like, we had never fell out or nothing. But then it's like, and I ain't trying, she's like, she was jealous or something of the relationship that we had. And I understand that. Because she and his baby mama, they live together. Maybe they trying to work on their family or whatever the case may be. And I'm cool with her baby daddy. And I used to fuck him too. So I'm not stupid. I would see why she's uncomfortable with the relationship. And I used to explain that to Mac all the time. But then when it started getting to the point like, well, damn, me and Mac cool, like, he used to say, like, this is a sticky situation. Like, damn, you my friend. I fuck with you. I kind of care about you. You had a baby. I fuck with your baby, too. Like, we did have a bond. So it's kind of a tight situation, even though this my girl. This my baby mama. I'm about to have another kid with her. We live together. Blase split. It's like, but you is still here. So it was kind of fucked up. It was tight. It was sticky. But I was the bigger person. I'm like, okay, I understand or whatever. Plus, I ain't pinning the baby on you after we had so much drama and stuff was going on between her not liking me and him being in love with me and us, like, talking and shit. It's like, okay, we need to just get this DNA test. Because if Mally is not your son, I don't got to be putting up with the bullshit from your baby mama. You don't even got to put up with the bullshit from your baby mama. Like, this is something that we don't have to deal with because it's causing family situations. We could just break off our friendship and leave it at that. But, and that's kind of like what we ended up doing. And every blue moon, like, after I had stopped talking to him, and Mally at this time was like a year and a half or whatever. And we finally getting a DNA test. The results come back. Mac not the daddy, blase split. I'm like, okay, Mac, we leaving it right here. Mally is still young. You know, me and you, we're grown. We can end our relationship so that you can have peace in your household and I can have peace in my life, because I can't do that ghetto baby mama drama shit. Like, so we left it at that. But every blue moon, I would still go and see him or pull up to the barber, say, hey, smoke or whatnot, go on about my day. That was cool. That's how I personally felt me and Mac's relationship ended. Like, okay, well, no, Mally's not your son. The DNA test results came back, but we still cool. We ain't how we used to be. I ain't coming to see you every day. I ain't bringing my baby over no more. I ain't talking to you on the phone every day, and we ain't linking up like how we used to, but it's no hard feelings, and I still got much love for you. That's how I personally ended the relationship. Now, when it came to Pooh was in jail when I was pregnant. And at first, I didn't know what happened. I remember I was supposed to meet up with Pooh one night. And I was supposed to meet up with him on Dexter somewhere. And at his cousin's house, I think. I was either supposed to meet him on Leslie or Cortland, one of them motherfucking streets, Third Event, one of them. And he told me to wait a minute. He had something to do real quick. He was about to go do something. So I'm calling him, and I ain't getting no answer. So I ended up going to do my own thing. Then he ended up calling me on Facebook. And he called me 2 times, but I missed those phone calls. For some reason, I don't know how I had missed those phone calls, but I ended up missing them. And, hold on, y'all. I ended up missing these Facebook phone calls from Pooh or whatnot. And I wake up the next morning and I see that one of his cousins is kind of like saying he in jail. They like, free Derek, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, what the fuck? So like a few days go by, I haven't talked to Pooh, but I talked to Mac, and Mac like, yeah, you know your man in jail, right? Your man's in jail. I'm like, nah, who? He like, Pooh. I'm like, Pooh? How? I thought you said you didn't know Pooh. Like, how you know Pooh? Pooh in jail, and then what is Pooh is in jail for? Like, what the fuck? So, boom, anyway, I found out Pooh in jail or whatever. I ends up having my baby and all of this type of shit. And when Pooh got out of jail, he had inboxed me on Facebook, and he had said something to me. And what he said to me kind of threw me off guard. I'm like, why is Pooh talking to me like a prostitute, I'ma say? Like, bring me that pussy or some shit like that, he had said. I'm like, what the fuck? And he was just getting out of jail. I'm like, why are you talking to me like that? Like, that's weird for Pooh to be talking to me like that. And anyway, at that time, I wasn't even thinking of him like being my baby daddy or nothing like that. So anyway, he gets out of jail or whatever. I heard he was in jail for murder, blase split, yada yada yada. I still haven't been seeing him like that. But then like 3 months go past, and I go and link up with him after he get out of jail. This after I had Mally and everything like that. And around this time, my cousin Naya is coming back around or whatever. And my cousin Naya had lived in Georgia for a few years or whatnot. So she hadn't been up here in Michigan. So she didn't know nothing about me and what I had going on. She didn't know that I knew Pooh, fucked with Pooh. She didn't know I fucked with Mac or nothing. Or she shouldn't have, because I wasn't talking to her. And this is around 2019. 2020 or whatever. So I'm like, okay, Pooh gets out of jail. I go spend the night with him one time, but I'm at my cousin's house. And my cousin live on the east side too. Pooh mama still was living on the east side around this time or whatever. I'm at my cousin's house and I happen to see Pooh drive down the street or whatever. And I called him because at that time I still had Pooh's number. So I had ended up calling him or whatever, and I ended up meeting up with him that night. And he like, oh, hey, how you been? Blah, blah, blah. I'm like, I'm all right. I haven't seen him. This is my first time about to link up with him since he get out of jail or whatever. So I pull up on him and get in the car with him. Yes, I'm going to fuck. For sure. Pooh was one of my, out of all the guys I talked to, Pooh was one of my favorite dicks. It come with width, length, and everything, and motion for the motherfucking ocean. So I was ready to link. So I go and I get ready to go over there or whatever. We chopping it up. He like, yeah. So, you know, I had just got out of jail, right? I'm like, yeah. He like, you know what I was in there for? I'm like, I heard you killed somebody or whatever. He like, oh, like, okay, blase split. We talking for a minute. He looked at me and I'm like, what? He like, you don't even know who your baby daddy is, do you? And I'm like, huh? And that stuck with me for a minute. And he said something about my eyes, because Pooh used to always tell me, like, I have nice eyes. He like, it's something about when I look into your eyes. And right now, while I'm saying it, it's making me think of like a hitman. And you know how hitman be like, I can't kill you because it's something about you when I look into your eyes. Pooh used to always say, it's like, it's something about your eyes. It's something about your eyes or whatever. And when I was sitting in the car talking to him when he had got out of jail, and he was like, you don't even know who your baby daddy is, do you? And he looked at me and he looked me dead in my eyes and I looked at him. And he's like, I just had an epiphany. I need to go to Tiffany's. I looked at that motherfucker and I'm like, oh shit. I'm like, I started going through my period tracker. I'm talking about I rewind and back that bitch up for about a year and a half, 2 years. I'm like, Pooh probably is my baby daddy. I'm like, and I'm chopping it up with you motherfuckers. This some real life shit. I don't give a fuck. I'm like, Pooh is probably my baby daddy for real. Like, I need to have a DNA test with him or whatever, or blase please. So, anywho, I'm like, okay, I need to have a DNA test with Pooh, but fuck it. At that time, we about to fuck. We going to the house when we about to fuck or whatever. So we did. Boom. But then I go and I'm talking to somebody. I don't know who was. I don't know if it was my cousin Naya or my friend Tiffany or something. I'm like, I need to test Pooh for Mally. I'm like, Pooh is probably Mally daddy, because now that I'm doing the calculations and it's calculating and the math adding and all this type of shit, I'm like, hold on. And this would explain a lot of shit. But anywho, that's how that had happened or whatever. And after that, I wasn't seeing Pooh no more. Like, he had told me to meet him one day, and I was supposed to pull up and meet him. But I ended up doing something where I couldn't meet him at that time. And I think it was something I had to do with Mac at the moment. And I couldn't meet with Pooh at the time. And boom, it's like from then, it's like, oh, you gonna fuck with that nigga and then don't do this, that. And shit just went left real quick. We never ended up DNA testing Mally or nothing like that. And I was trying though. So it was like a few more times I stopped at his mama's house just to see if I could catch him there. And I couldn't catch him there. And one day I ended up catching his mama and asking for his number, but she said she didn't have it. And she said that he had moved to Ohio. And basically, like, she ain't want me fucking with her son, bothering her, nothing like that. So I just left it at that. I had stopped looking for Pooh. I wasn't about to drive to Ohio and look for him. I didn't want to be harassing him or nothing like that. I just wanted him to test my baby. Once he got to the point, like, okay, a year done passed or whatever, he don't want to test your baby. He don't want to be bothered. I left it at that. But I do notice, like, when it did come time for testing my baby, Pooh was acting weird. He like, oh, I don't talk to people like you. Like, you don't talk to the type of people that I talk to. And I'm like, that's weird as fuck to me. Pooh, you don't even know the people that I talk to. Like, you don't know my family. You don't. what you talking about? Like, first of all, why are you talking to me like that? It was weird as fuck. Like, it was like he heard something about me and his whole attitude towards me changed. Even after Mally was born and everything, I still chopped it up with him after that, and it was cool. But it's like he had talked to somebody or something, heard something about me through the grapevines, and his whole way of acting towards me had changed. So I just left it at that. But I did notice, like, my old friend Tiffany Dewberry seemed to be extra fascinated with him. She'd be looking at pictures of Mally like, don't he look just like Derek? Don't he look just like Pooh? Like, bitch, you don't even know Pooh outside of me showing you, like, oh, this probably my baby daddy, this a nigga who I like, this a nigga who I've been fucking with or whatever. Like, her just being one of my best friends since the 7th grade, and me just talking to her about a guy who I like, who I fuck with and shit, like how most people talk to their friends about the guys that they like. I was just talking to her about this guy that I liked or whatever, but she seemed to be extra fascinated with him, as if she liked him and that she wanted to fuck him, or like she wanted to go and fuck a person who possibly could have been my baby daddy. But I wasn't arguing with her about that. I didn't think nothing of it. I just noted it in my head, like, damn. After Pooh had blocked me and shit, she was following him on social media and everything like that. He was still following my old friend Ajane too and everything. And then I started noticing, like, my cousin Naya seemed to act like she knew Pooh too. You get what I'm saying? So it's like everybody was seeming to know Pooh, and he continued to talk to everybody else except me. But he was talking like, oh, you ain't the type of person that I fuck with, or this, that, and the other. And I'm like, damn, I wonder why he treated me like that. But I just left it at that. Because, okay, I was fucking with you and I fucked with somebody else. It's a possibility that my son is yours, but not a guarantee. And if you don't want to take a DNA test, I can't prove it. So therefore, I can't harass you. But if we can't get past that, we can't get past nothing. So I just left it where it was at. But again, to me, it was no hard feelings. Okay, he just don't fuck with me. I'ma leave it at that. And that's just how it was. But it's just like everybody else seemed to be extra fascinated with him and wanting to fuck with him. And me and Pooh were friends on Facebook for a long time. I said we was cool. This is right around the time too I had ended up writing Murder Pain. And if you know Pooh, like, Pooh do got I think he got 2 or 3 pictures on his Facebook page, older pictures too, of like him and murder and shit like that. And when I fucked with Pooh, like, he used to be in Southwest a lot. Like, his people was out there. He done took me to some few houses out there and shit. One of his people had owned a car wash out there and shit like that. So I had been out there with him a few times back then when I used to fuck with him. I love tacos too. So he would take me to this little taco place out in Southwest and shit. So we was cool on Facebook and shit like that. So I would see, like, damn, he blocked me, but he's still friends with them. It, like, something going on behind the scenes. Like, he either fucking with one of my old friends or fucking with one of my cousins and shit too. And even when my uncle died, my cousin Isha had came up here. It was just weird activity. People was extra fascinated with Mally and who he looked like, who Pooh was, and all types of shit. But they never even knew that Pooh wasn't fucking with me. He was talking to whoever he wanted to talk to. And I wasn't harassing him or nothing like that. And he never ended up testing Mally, so we left it at that. I went to the Penobscot building. We had to do a DNA test, but they wouldn't even let me see the guy. I don't even know if that was really Pooh or not. So, you know, I just ended up leaving it where it was at. But I had noticed my family and friends acted funny towards me when it came to Mally, his daddy, Pooh, Mac, and everything like that. So I just left it where it was at. Because at the end of the day, I still got to take care of my children. If you're not going to help me, you're not going to help me. So what, I want to sit around y'all and be what? Talked about, or what the fuck? I just left it where it was at. Because obviously people sitting around talking about me but don't want me to be in the room. And one thing you should notice about things like that or situations like that is when people dogging somebody out or talking about somebody but that person is never in the room. But they ain't gonna call that person on three-way and say that shit, or they don't want you to ask that person that same question in front of them, you should know it's a problem. It should click in your head that it's a problem. But to some people, it's not like that. They take he said, she said, and go with it. So I had just left it at that or whatever. The DNA test results came back for for Pooh and Mally, and it was one sentence: Derek Collins is not the father. That's what the DNA test results said. Mind you, that's not how DNA test results come. I've had a Mally DNA tested with Mac, so I know exactly how the email comes, how the letter comes in the mail, and everything. That's not the letter that I got when I got the DNA test results from Derek Collins. It was one sentence on one blank white piece of paper, like somebody typed that shit out at home, printed it out, put it in the envelope, and sent it to the mailbox. I swear to God, on my mama, my grandma, and my motherfucking daddy, that it was one sentence on a regular ass piece of paper. It ain't even have a header or a footer on that bitch. So I just left it at that. Like, fuck it, my baby ain't gonna have no daddy or whatever. And my family acting fake as fuck. My friends acting fake as fuck. I ain't never did nothing to them. They seem to be fascinated with niggas that I used to fuck with. Everybody turning on me, all that type of shit. Mind you, I'm going through the shit. My daddy just died. I just had a baby. I gotta move. The pandemic going on. Baby daddy acting dumb as fuck. All that shit. All that shit. Then, speaking of secret competition, because that's how I started this video off. It was like people were starting to be in secret competition with me. And I was noticing it, like a few different things that were being said. Like, when it came to my cousin Naya, mind y'all, I just said I haven't been seeing my cousin Naya prior to 2019 or something. I don't know when the last time I had seen my cousin Naya. I think it was like 2014. So it had been years that I hadn't seen or talked to her. But it's like when 2019 came and it came the option of fucking around with Derek and shit like that, it's like people wanted me to be in competition with Naya. Like, oh yeah, Naya, she'll probably do that better than you. Like, I'm hearing this from friends and shit. Like, oh yeah, Naya do. Wait till Naya get that BBL and she gonna be able to do this and do that and she really gonna get his attention. I'm like, it's in my eyes, my cousin Naya is pretty. She don't need no BBL or nothing like that, but she had wanted to get one. She always had one of the bigger titties her whole entire life. But anyway, she like wanted to get this BBL or whatever. And so she went to the Dominican Republic and got her ass and titties done. And then like when she got her ass and titties done and came back up here, people wanted her to be in competition with me or something. I'm like, what the fuck? This my regular ass and my regular ass motherfucking titties. And why would I be in competition with my motherfucking cousin? But I'm telling you, I was noticing this shit. Even guys that we had went to school with and shit, it's like they would be saying little slick shit as if I was in competition with my cousin or some shit. And if I was, over what, I don't fucking know. So it was that I had started noticing stuff like that. And I wasn't saying nothing. Again, I was just noting it. Like, damn, why it seem like people want me to be in competition with my cousin Naya or something? And then like BBLs and starting businesses and shit. And it's like, I go take a photo shoot, then Naya take a photo shoot. It's like anything that I was doing, people wanted to compete with me at it. And it was the weirdest thing to me. And it was like, I was hearing stuff like even people wanted me to be in competition with my baby daddy. Like, oh, who you think could become famous first? More so Al or Isleah? Or who you think could get the man, Naya or Isleah? Or who you think, even putting people in competition with my friend, like I done heard some shit with Ajane. Like, who you think will do this or win this over Isleah or Ajane? Mind you, I ain't in competition with none of these bitches. And in my head, I'm like, oh, this my cousin, this my friend, I knew since the 6th grade, blase. Never once been in competition with no hoe. But I'm hearing the conversation around us, around with other people, as if we in competition with each other or something. I started noticing the shit, like, what the fuck? Then everybody started trying to make it seem like they had a problem with me. Like they're literally making up a problem with me to try to argue about something. Like, why are you trying to act like I tried to talk to your man? I ain't never tried to talk to your man. Or why is you acting like I owe you money? I don't owe you no money. Or why you acting like we fell out or we beefed out or I did something to you and I never fucking did nothing to you? So I'm noticing all of this shit. And it seemed like everybody is clicking up together with this one agreement to destroy Isleah. And I ain't did shit to no fucking body. But I started noticing this right after my daddy died and right when I had Mally. And people was all up in my business too. I didn't even tell certain people that my daddy had died, but people had knew my daddy died. People who I wasn't even fucking talking to. So the shit was crazy. Same thing with LaShawn Belcher. You know, so when I say the last 5 years, 6 years of my life been crazy, and they've been crazy due to deaths, due to me having a baby and shit like that, and people just hating the fact of who my baby daddy is, who my baby daddy was, the fact that my baby daddies, or people leaving me money, or who my daddy was. And the fact that people leaving me money, or if my grandma left me money and shit like that, like, people be talking about me and dogging me out. And I expose my family for a lot of the fucked up shit that they do to me, or that they did to me, and I still haven't exposed everything that they did to me. And how they all sit up together and came up with this round table meeting of how to really destroy me. I still haven't told everything that I know that they did to me. Still to this day. And it's been going on 6 years. And they still up to it. And these is the people that people be praising. And they be thinking that these people is so much better than me. But these was people who was my friends and family who turned on me so they could fuck with my baby daddy. Or so that they could steal my money that was left to me. Caused my life to be so hard. Even getting my kids to work against me. I even be paying attention to the kids. And you know, like, my kids know better. And I be disappointed in them. Like, but kids is kids, but I be disappointed in my kids for even falling for this shit. Getting their ass into shit with my family, turning on me, working against me, lying on me and shit with the family, because the family offered them money and, oh, we'll do this for that, y'all for that. Even my baby daddy bribing my kids, lie on y'all mama and say this and say that. My kids did that shit. And I know whether they think I know or not. My baby daddy got 17 or something kids. He don't even take care of. My first baby daddy, Al, do. But him and his girlfriend, Buki, was trying to adopt Amir and Amari from me. Al don't take care of his kids. None of them. Even the ones him and Taisha probably living with right now. Taisha probably doing the bulk of the work and what they doing with the stolen money. But my baby daddy, my kids, my old friends and my family, they know that I know that they turned on me. They lied on me. They stole my money. They told the kids to lie on me and everything. I think that they know that I know that. And if they don't know that I know, well, if you don't know, now you know, nigga. I know exactly what they did to me. And only reason I know is because I'm close as fuck to God. That's the only reason. God tells me everything. Because somebody just commented, God sees everything. God tells me every fucking thing. I swear to God. And because I would have been confused as fuck. I didn't do nothing to nobody for all this shit to have happened to me. But God revealed this shit to me in my dreams. He revealed this shit. And then people get so arrogant that they'll be wanting to talk about it. And so they tell on themselves. Like I said, my friends showing me pictures of my baby daddy and shit, bragging and this, that, and the other. Like, girl, you wanted to fuck my baby daddy so fucking bad. But then you turned around and you told everybody that I did something to you. Stealing out of my house. My friends, I was selling food. My own friend is a bitch who came and planted roaches and shit in my house. But you know why they was doing all this? They was planting roaches and shit in my house because I was successful. They had went around and told this man so many lies about me, told him that I was a hoe, I was a prostitute, I didn't take care of my kids, to the point where I said I wanted to start a business. And I was booming and thriving in that bitch. They couldn't stand it. They came and put roaches and shit all up in my house and then started putting fake reviews all over the internet and shit to sabotage everything I had going on. Also that they can look better in the eyes of a man. Also that they can get away with stealing my money and shit. And I swear to God, I will never make that shit up. So when I say my life is a movie, I I can say that shit because I sat and I watched this shit. I watched my whole family and shit turn on me for some money that didn't belong to them. I watched them accept cars, BBLs, and all types of shit to go in the court of law and lie on me like I wasn't shit. To go to my doctors and pay off the doctors to lie on me as if I was mentally ill. I done was told I had STDs, never been proven that I had on my medical records. That's how much they were spreading lies and rumors. Also that they could get a nigga and some chump change. The kids suffering too. Like, my baby daddy was quick to steal some motherfucking money from me. Al, oh hell yeah. Hell yeah, he was quick to steal some goddamn cash. Him and Buki trying to adopt. When I met LaShawn, when I was talking to LaShawn and it was all getting out that Al and Buki was fucking around, this when Sean really was trying to fuck with help me anyway. Cause him and Buki and Sean's wife was friends. Sean, he was trying to put me hip to some bullshit that was going on. And that's what I say it all the time. People don't know how you really fucked with people or what people know about you. And he was trying to put me hip to some shit that was going on. And he was like, Isleah, you gonna be straight. But you gotta watch yourself. You gotta watch your people. If anything, I could say LaShawn made me aware that I had to watch my family and friends. Mac made me aware that I had to watch my family and friends. Even if they crossed me or treated me bold or whatever, they put me hip to the shit of who was really behind the shit. And Pooh did too, whether he know it or not. He let me know without even talking to me. Pooh let me know that my family wasn't shit when he started being fake towards me. Like, oh, I don't talk to people like you. Or he let me know that it was people talking about me behind my back and they were spreading lies just by the way that he was treated me. So, all that shit is crazy, but I just woke up here in secret competition. It say Pooh Shiesty. And that's so funny because I always be like, Pooh Shiesty as hell for doing that. But Derek really let me know. Like, when he started being funny, acting towards me, I knew then. It's the family deal. And one thing about Pooh, I don't know Pooh. Like, as far as knowing my family. I met him in 2015, but one thing we had in common is, like, my people is from New Jersey. And Pooh used to tell me, like, he knew people in New Jersey. And then I got people in Georgia, too. And Pooh used to tell me, like, he would go back and forth between Georgia. So, it's like, damn, we destined to meet each other between 3 different states. How the fuck? You know, we end up, you got people in Jersey, you got people in Georgia, but you live in Michigan. I got people in Jersey, I got people in Georgia, but I live in Michigan. And I don't even got no people in Michigan like that for real. That's why I said sometimes you just destined to meet people and bump into people. But I wasn't expecting shit to go like that. But again, God let me witness all of this stuff. Like when I say jump down the rabbit hole and witness a whole bunch of shit out of nowhere, that's how my life went. Soon as 2020 came, shit just went haywire. And I ain't even talk about the pandemic. I caught COVID in 2021. I beat that shit in 3 weeks. I ain't take no COVID medicine or nothing. I'll talk about something, a reset or something happened in the world. And then my life in 2020 shit just went haywire and people started acting like I was the Antichrist or something. And speaking of, people started saying that I do spells and that I was a witch and all types of shit. Meanwhile, these was the people who was doing spells on me and shit. Like, my friends was laughing at this shit, joking about being witches, going to the candle shops and doing spells on niggas and shit. But when I talk about this shit, y'all call me crazy. But y'all be laying up with the bitches that brag about this shit. Oh, I'm gonna put a spell on him. But y'all traded on me. But you laid up with the bitch who do that shit for real. So much shit has happened to me. So, like, I swear to God, I've been betrayed more than Jesus. Worse than how Joseph's brothers did him. Worse than Judas did Jesus. I swear for you, I will never make that shit up. And then people be like, so you don't got no family or friends? I'd rather be by myself. Y'all don't know what these motherfuckers did to me. Y'all don't know what the fuck these motherfuckers did to me. Like, my family and my friends, if I could describe how they make me feel, it would be like Precious. Remember the movie Precious with Monique? And you know how Precious, she just was innocent. She was the innocent child. But her mama let so much fucked up shit happen to her. And her stepdaddy just did fucked up ass shit to her. She just had to say fuck it and find her own way out. That's how my family make me feel. It's like I'm Precious and my family and friends is Monique, her mama. And you gotta escape because you don't even know what the fuck you did wrong, but you just gotta get the fuck on. So, and you find help within others, like the Each One Teach One program. She found help within her teacher and her peers because she couldn't get that shit at home or where she came from, and that's how I am. I'm never, ever, ever going to trust my family ever again. That's how much shit they did to me. I'm never rekindling friendships with my old friends. That's how much shit that they did to me. Or exes. Because that's how they betrayed me. I can say hey to them. You know, I don't hate them. But to trust them, I could never. Ever. To say I love you, that'd be lying to myself. To even think that the feeling is mutual. So I couldn't even go and be fake. Never. And then people would be like, well, if all that happened to you, you had to do something. I used to be like, God, what did I do? I'd be questioning, like, God, what did I do to deserve this? And you know what? That's when God will teach you something. He'll give you the answers. You know what? When I started asking God that, guess what he started revealing to me? The story of Joseph, the story of Job. I became very godly, and my relationship with God became very personal in 2020 when everybody betrayed me. And you know how they say God will take everything from you so that you know that you don't need nobody but God? That's why I'm this way now. And I'm very spiritual and close to God, and now people say I'm crazy. But it's because God has literally took everything away from me and everybody because he seen what they was doing to me behind the scenes. And he let me know, like, you better off fucking with me than to fuck with these motherfuckers. And that's what made me godly. And that's why I say, even out of all the fucked up shit that I have experienced and that I went through and things like that, I appreciate it because that made me godly. Like, I thought I had a relationship with God prior to being betrayed. But no, once you be backstabbed and all that, lose your house, your car, your money, your job, your businesses, your family, your friends, and you don't got nobody to rely on but God, and you start talking to him, praying to him, and only relying to him, getting to know God, really, that's when you get that relationship for real, for real. That's a God to take you through hell and back. And again, that's why the Job movie on Netflix or in Tubi and shit is called To Hell and Back, because you go and you meet Satan and you go through hell before you begin to get that close relationship with God, because it's like God got to make sure he trusts you first. And I'm telling you, being betrayed Being betrayed will turn you into a godly individual. And that's why Jesus had to be backstabbed and crucified. And so hell yeah, when he rose off that cross in 3 days, he came back as a beast. They say you don't never know. Can you imagine a motherfucker walking around this earth and you don't even know when he like Houdini around this bitch? You never know the day, the time, or the hour. That's because he a motherfucking beast. Because that's how you gotta be around this bitch. In and out. Barely seen when you somebody. Because they'll kill you. They'll lie on you. They'll backstab you and all that out of jealousy. I've never been so betrayed. The only thing I can compare this shit to is the Bible. That's the only book that talk about such a heavy betrayal like this. And that's why I compare myself to Jesus. Because he still had a good heart. He had a good heart. Like, he was backstabbed and all he was doing was giving prophecies, giving good word. And they hated him for that still. Like, I can't even talk about God without people like, oh, who does she think she is? She don't even go to church every Sunday. She don't be reading the Bible. She ain't godly. She dressed like this. She got them kids. She never been married. She ain't. Everything I love, I'm probably one of the godliest people walking this earth. But the ultimate test, I swear, I hear, what would Jesus do? But family, hell no. That's why my video yesterday, I said you gotta make your family, because everybody will turn on you. Your kids, everything. You have to literally build your own family. But God sees everything. God sees everything. And he reveals it to me in due time. He do. But man, and I'm not the only person who goes through this. It's 144,000 people who God knew was going to go through some shit like this. It's in the Bible. It's in the Bible. And that's why I tell the story. But to be betrayed. Whew. But I needed to get that out. My eyes all swollen all and red and poofy. And I'm just all stuffed up and everything. But I just needed to cry. Get that shit out. Talk about my channel message that I was getting about this secret competition that I was never a part of, but people wanted me to be in so bad. But yeah, fighting for your soul. This is Armageddon. I'm telling you. And it is going to be all right. It is. And that's why I have to talk about it and come to my digital diary and cry sometimes so I don't keep it bottled in. But it get hard, especially when you don't got family and friends. So sometimes some of y'all, oh, sorry, I got stop bubbles. Y'all will understand what I be going through. So y'all can agree. You know, sometimes y'all don't know. I say it all the time. Y'all don't know what y'all do for me. But I just sometimes giving encouraging words of understanding because I said I've been betrayed by everybody. I don't have people to talk to. I got 2 phones. One of them always dead. The other one, I only use it to lift for real. I don't pick up the phone and call people. I don't ask for favors. I don't hold conversations. I don't do none of that. The most talking I do to people is this. I swear. And I think it's going to stay that way. Unless I meet some of y'all in person or something. That's why I be praying to God for a husband. It's not like that I'm lonely like that. Like, I just want a good person in my life that I can trust. That's why I pray for a husband. I already don't got nobody. But I don't want any kind of husband either, because look at the shit that I done dealt with men and baby daddies, and even them backstabbing me and betraying me and shit like that. I be praying that God just send the right people into my life. That's gonna understand me. But that's why, like, right now, and I'm not trying to date. I'm not looking for a man. I'm trying to let God bring them to me. But in the midst of it all, sometimes fucked up people still coming away. It's like, I'm hearing you gotta weed out the last of the fucked up motherfuckers. And I hate that. But God using my vessel to do that, whether people believe it or not. But I'm just praying for a good husband, a good protector. I ain't never... You know how Cardi B just say, I just want to feel safe? I just want to get to a point where I feel safe. I ain't never felt safe. I'm 35 years old, and I ain't never felt safe. But ever since I had my kids, because I never felt safe, I try to make them feel as safe as possible. And even they not even deserving of how I do some shit. Like, I just was thinking, I'm spending $700 a week at this room. And that's just for the room. I'm spending damn near $300 a week on top of that for food, because right now my bridge card is not loaded. I got a few days for it to load. And which is why I'm behind on stamps right now, because my kids was here, there, every which where, and I'm sending food everywhere. So, you know, I spend $1,000 a week easy. When I was a teenager, I had my first job or whatever, and really at like 11 and 12, my mama had a friend who cleaned houses. And I would go and clean up these houses, and I would save up my money and shit like that. And it'd be times like, oh, we don't got no food today. I'll go pull out $100 out of my drawer. And my mama would be like, where you get this money from? I'd be like, oh, I was saving it for when I was going to clean up with so-and-so. She'd be like, you was saving all of your money? I'm like, yeah. And I'd be like, here, Mom, take this. Go grocery shopping. And my mama would be crying like, no, Isleah, I don't want to take your money. Like, I shouldn't have to take your money or whatever, blase spleen. But in my head, it's like, oh, I don't even give a fuck. Like, I just got the money sitting here. I wasn't even one of those kids who, like, soon as you get your money, you got to go spend it, or you bored about the latest Jordans and shit. Like, I'll just stack my shit up. So when it came hard times, sometimes my mama, she'd be like, Isleah, you got, and I would have. Mind you, my mama died, I was 14. So I would have money and shit stacked up that I could give her for groceries and shit like that. My kids don't even think like that. They be like, oh, I want this, I want that. Take me to the nail salon. I need these, I need that, I need that. They'll be arguing. They'll go and buy a personal thing of food. Sometimes. Not even like, okay, maybe I should just buy some pizza so everybody can eat. They'll go buy some shit like a biggie bag. Or, you know, a personal. But when I was a kid, I'd be like, oh, my brother got to eat, my mama got to eat. You know, they fell short this week. They paid the bills. They bought food last week. They put gas in the car so I could get to school. My mama said she don't got it today. But I do, because I went to work with her friend, and she don't even know I've been stacking this money up on the side. So I would be able to help, even as a little-ass kid. My kids, big-ass teenagers, they do what the fuck they want to do, and they have the nerve to sit around and talk shit. And that's what I said. And then they was the ones who was lying for these motherfuckers who was stealing from me. And these bitches won't even help y'all. I was just thinking about that yesterday, like, the disrespect. Sometimes I be wanting to pack up Mally and get the fuck on. And my kids be like, oh, Mally, if we leave Mally, he would be so bored without us. No, he won't. Me and my baby will get the fuck on and live our fucking lives. Like we could have been doing if y'all had to stay in a child's fucking place. But my kids was right along with betraying me, just like everybody else. Again, thinking that they was going to get some money and some perks. Only thing they going to get is karma, just like everybody else. And I be trying to save them and help them. But sometimes you can't even save kids from karma. Because they know exactly what the fuck they was doing when they got themselves into it. You knew damn well you was lying. That's why I say, if y'all don't understand half the shit that I've been through. Disappointed is an understatement. Especially when it comes to the people who you would have bent over backwards for. Like, never. And that's why, speaking in the Bible, I see exactly why God flooded the earth. I see exactly why he kicked Adam and Eve out the Garden of Eden. And everything. Because you can literally give people everything. And they will still turn on you. Disrespect you. Disobey you. And not give a fuck like you ain't give them every fucking thing they got. You put your friends on, you put your mans on, he still takes some money to betray you. This shit that we going through in this real world, this all was written in the Bible first. Your main man's backstabbing you, that shit happened in the Bible first. Your family turning on you, sleeping with your husbands and all that shit happened in the Bible first. It's just playing out in real time. But the ultimate betrayal, I've experienced it. But I'm hearing it comes with great rewards. Like the ultimate test, when you pass it, you get the ultimate gift. But this shit ain't easy. That's why sometimes, like I said, I got to take my pit stop and come to my car by myself and just cry. Because this shit is so fucking hard sometimes. But I can't give up. I got to make it. For myself, for my baby, for my ancestors, I gotta make it. Like, I can't give up. I can't give up. With no help, nothing. I still can't give the fuck up. So yeah, backstab, betrayed, I still can't give up. So, yeah. You said they call you block up, man. I don't even use my phone. I don't. Like, somebody was calling my phone the other day. He kept on saying, what's wrong with your phone? The phone was fucking dead. I ain't even notice it. Because I don't even be expecting people to call. And I don't call nobody. I got a phone because I got kids. I be by myself. I love you too, boo. But yeah, I be by myself, y'all. It's been hard. But I'm gonna make it. And one day, I swear I'm gonna be on here and I'm gonna be able to tell y'all the positive stuff after going through all of this. But I gotta keep it real with y'all while I'm going through this shit. I'm not gonna sugarcoat this. I'm not gonna be fake or nothing. But out here, like, my life is meant to be a testimony. And in order to share a testimony, you gotta share the bad and then the good. So I thug it out. I cry this shit out. I keep it real. And I can't be fake with y'all. But the betrayal. The betrayal. The betrayal. And sometimes I be crying because I know that the people who betrayed me, they think if I suffered, they ain't gonna be able to handle this shit. And sometimes even that makes me sad. Because granted, it could be your own mama, your own daddy, your brother, your sister, your kids, your closest friends, cousins and shit. Those be the ones to do the fucked up shit to you. But you don't want to be there seeing them when the karma come back around and fuck them the fuck up. When they in jail, when they addicted to drugs and in rehab, when they going through the same thing that they put you through, when they become homeless, when people start bullying them, you're not going to want to see that. But that's what they wanted to see you go through. And what the sad thing about it is, the same people who dished it out, they damn sure can't take it. They going to be crying soon as the karma starts. And they got to go through cycles of this shit. Because they was down making your life hell for years. Lifetime after lifetime, cycle after cycle. So when it's their turn, they ain't even going to be able to handle the shit. That breaks my heart sometimes. Because, bitch, you made me strong. And you ain't half as strong as me. So, I just had to get that off. Because I hear a secret competition. But the competition is over. And like I said, I know I'm not the only one. Wrong, go ahead, come back to them and see you. Hear about how good. Exactly. Like, and I know I'm not the only person who go through this, and that's why I talk about it. I be seeing people, like, when I used to be on my Facebook page, and I would pay attention to certain people, like, who I went to school with, or used to work with, and things like that. My life is so advanced. I done been through the hard shit that I could be watching their social media page, and I could tell you that they about to go through it, too. I start praying for them motherfuckers. Like, ooh, I see that she about to start going through the same thing I'm about to go. So I start talking about it. Telling what I've been through so that when you see it and you notice it, you'll be like, Isleah said that. Isleah, she fucking said that shit. And you would kind of know how to get around it or what I had to go through. I kind of gave you a preview. I ain't saying I ain't a teacher or I could tell you how to get out of everything, but I do tell my story. And tell you how I got out of certain shit. I'm telling you. I be seeing some of the stuff, some of the signs, though, of the stuff that I've been through that other people are starting to go through. Like, I could be seeing it through the web, the World Wide Web. Like, oh, her sister about to start a rival with her for no reason. Or this coworker, they about to do something to this person. I be seeing the shit in advance. You know, go around and... Yeah, they all wanted me to fail. Girl, I talk about, I literally watched my cousins sit around and gang up on me and lie on me and sit around and talk about me as if they knew who I was. Like, they were my cousins, granted. But they wasn't coming around me. They didn't know me to be speaking on my sex life, my house life, my finances and shit like that. But that's what happens. Well, my cousins would turn on me because they wanted to steal the life insurance policies that was left to me. That's why I say money will change people. And they had never admit and tell the truth. I got a cousin right motherfucking now that sit her bitch ass up in the front of the motherfucking church every goddamn motherfucking Sunday, preaching to the congregation, singing, clapping, dancing, shouting, talking in tongues, making them fall out and everything. And that bitch stole my motherfucking money right along with her sisters and the rest of the family, and she know goddamn well she stole my shit, and you can't tell that bitch she ain't going to heaven, that she ain't the most Christian person up in the motherfucking bloodline. No goddamn well she stole my shit. But these motherfuckers thinking if they keep the money in the church that they still going to heaven. They think that if they all lie and convince themselves that what they did wasn't wrong, that God is not going to punish them. And I'm saying, that's why I talk about this. The people of the church. Do you know I come from pastors? This family that I'm talking about that betrayed me, do you know these motherfuckers is pastors? Eastern Stars, Macy's, judges, lawyers. These the motherfuckers that was stealing from me. That was putting hits out on me. Again, but be preaching and jumping around in the pulpit every fucking Sunday. Every fucking Sunday. Living off my fucking funds. That's why I say betrayed is an understatement. And they ain't even playing in my face no more. They playing in the church's face. They playing in front of everybody else's face because I know the real you. I know why you treating me this way. They don't. But that's why I say you can't judge a book by its cover. Because just because this bitch got better clothes than me, go to church and be preaching and shit, standing in front of the pulpit. Say what? Come again? Oh, that makes her a better person than me. But I bet you I can't go around saying, oh, I was lying on my cousin and stole life insurance policies that belonged to her, split it up with the family, and act like I didn't know what was going on, hiding it from the church family and everything like that. Now the family about to go to jail and we don't know what to do, but we gonna continue to act like we worship God, even though we've been stealing from God the whole time. But I said, y'all gonna see this shit. Y'all gonna see this shit. Because before I die, I don't even give a fuck. Everybody's going to know what happened to me. Because just like people wanted me to go down as this lunatic who was slow and on drugs and shit, no, I'm going to go down for who I really am. And these same people are going to be exposed. Because what happens in the dark comes to the light. Like, you just can't stop that shit. And I don't care what it is. I don't care what it is. It comes to the light. So, I had to get that off. Embrace my gifts. Weird. I had to embrace my gifts. People say my gifts are weird. You know what? Because I say I could talk to the dead in real life and I'm a medium or whatever, but, you know, and I say I get downloads in my dreams. But you just have to learn how to use your gifts. My daughter had woke up the other day and she was like, Mommy, I had a dream that Lavin died, which was our dog that we just had or whatever, but I had to leave him like last month when I had to leave my brother's house. And she was like, I had a dream that Lavin died. She said, in my dream, he got hit by a car and this lady picked him up off the ground and she carried him to me and she brought him to me, and I was crying so bad in my dream. And when I woke up, I was crying in real life too. I said, Lil Lavin probably died. In your dream, he's coming to tell you that he died. And it says, how did they steal the money? Can you tell your story? I could. Yes. My family, they stole my ID. They stole my birth certificates. They stole my kids' IDs and birth certificates so that they can steal life insurance policies. Then they got their little Mason friends and their judges and lawyers to X me out of a will, switch up stuff, sign signatures, and steal it. That's how they stole my money. And they was proud doing it. And then they said they had the doctors lie and say that I was crazy. They lied and said that they took care of me. Meanwhile, they never even knew me. Because if they knew me, they would have knew that they shouldn't have did this. Because I was smart and I was going to figure this out and expose them. But that's what they did to me. They stole my stuff. Then they said that I was crazy. They got it to go through the courts. And then they was trying to make it seem like I was incompetent. I couldn't take care of myself or my children. So they needed to have guardianship over my money. And mind you, I called the police and reported this too. I reported this to the police, and this was way before I called the FBI. The police even was like, are you sure? Are you positive you didn't give people guardianship over you? These motherfuckers know what they did. The police was involved too. The shit deep. That's why I keep telling y'all this is going to go. I've been talking for an hour and 21 minutes just telling a story. And I've only told about 1% of this story. If I was to tell this story, this movie, my life couldn't be a regular 2-hour movie. It would have to be like 5 hours to even get this shit out of how much they really did. And how I found out about this shit. And how big it is. You didn't have a power of attorney. I never had a power of attorney. Never had a power of attorney, guardianship over me or anything. My mother died when I was 14 years old. And then I went to live with my grandmother. She became my guardian. My grandmother died when I was 24 years old. I was her guardian. Nobody has ever been a guardian over me. But if you go and lie and have people deem you crazy and all types of shit like that, and you go to courts and you know lawyers and judges and attorneys and they sign off on this shit, forging it and stuff like that, that's how they got that shit done. That's how they did it. Y'all, what is this motherfucking bird right here? Because this what Fifi ass. Y'all see that? That's what Fifi ass was dragging down the street that time. When I said that bitch was dragging a motherfucking turkey down the street. Whatever kind of bird that is. That's what that fucking bitch was dragging down the street. Now, how is this motherfucking bird trying to go in the room? He at the door like somebody about to open it for him. Waiting up at this bitch. Look at this motherfucking bird. Look at that motherfucking bird. Waiting at the door. Baby, I'm glad I'm in the car. I am glad I'm in the car, because if I had... Oh, fuck, look at this motherfucker. The feathers all flaring up. Bitch, if I came out this motherfucking door and that bitch was right there greeting me, oh, hell, motherfucker, no. But yeah. That's how they did it, y'all. So about, so what the heck? I told y'all. No, I said that's a turkey. I don't know what the fuck that is. But that ain't no regular ass bird. It ain't no geese either. I knew what the fuck I was talking about. That bitch is big. A vulture or some shit. Yes, somebody is messing with me. I'm trying to tell y'all exactly what happened. So I need to be doctored. I'm telling y'all what happened to me. This is exactly what my family did to me. I will never make it up. And because I started talking about it, they tried to kill me. It's like if you was a well-known pastor or a well-known doctor, and then it came out that you make your money by stealing people's identity, stealing people's life insurance policies, and putting hits out on people, you wouldn't want that getting out into the public. Or if you was a pastor and you stole a life insurance policy from one of your members because you thought that they were slow, then it comes to find out that they wasn't, you wouldn't want that shit hitting the news, would you? And why I be crying, I'm not crying, or my feelings is not hurt of the fact that they stole the money. My feelings is hurt of the fact that they thought that they had to steal the money when I would have gave it to you, opposed to you making me go through all this shit. That's why my feelings are hurt. Because I would have never did that to my family or my friends. I'm such a loving and giving person. I would have wanted to see everybody winning anyway. So the fact that they felt like they needed to do all that to me just to take some money from me that I would have gave to them, that's why I be crying. Because that's bold as fuck to me. And then to have so much hate towards me that any man that comes into my life that I actually love, you start telling these lies to them too. Making them turn on me and stuff too. And then the men hurt me because it's like, damn, you listen to that like you didn't have the time to build a relationship with me yourself. So you just gonna say fuck what we built and listen to everybody else. That's why I cry these tears, because that's what hurts. Like how they say it ain't what you do, it's how you do it. It's not what they did, it's the fact that they felt like they had to do that. But that's why I cry. Like I would have just gave this shit to y'all. To just leave me alone. To have peace, sanity. To be able to have real love. I would have gave that money the fuck away. And people should know that's true, because one thing I always say is I want to get rich so I can bless my whole family. I'm going to feed the whole team. So to think that you had to damn near kill me to take something, a man or some money, I'd have gave that shit away. The nigga and the cash. But I'm getting off, y'all. I done cried enough tears. But I had to get that off my chest. Because y'all don't know. That shit hurt. That shit hurt. It hurts. Not to have nobody that you can even trust. Talk to. But fuck it. I love y'all. And I will talk to y'all later. I wish y'all nothing but love, joy, peace, happiness, abundance, good health, good wealth, prosperity, and all that good shit that us good ass people deserve. I wish y'all the best. I wish y'all the best. This bird is still right here. I need to take my kids and tell them don't be just coming outside because this huge ass bird is right here. I'm trying to figure out why the bird at the door as if it lived here. Like this bird is at this door like he waiting on somebody to open it, like he been up in this hotel before. See you next time. Thank you. I wonder if I open this door. Y'all, I just got to show y'all this bird one more time. Look at this motherfucking bird. Let me, hold on. Because I got to let y'all see this bird. Look at this motherfucking bird. Shit, I'm scared. Do he got any family or friends around this motherfucker? Look. Let me zoom in. Look at this bitch. He is there. Wait. I need to get this phone inside the window, because if the bitch drop, Lord and behold. Look at this. What kind of bird is that, y'all? Ooh, shit. Let me hurry up and roll this way. Girl, I'm scared. What is it? That's about girl, I'm scared. Shit. Alright, I need to get up here because I ain't
which could help your drive. Science says that stimulating the brain.
Gelled out my ponytail or nothing. So it's kind of poofy.
Months have 28 days.
I really don't care to.
What has keys but can't open locks? If you don't want to hear the answers,
talking about a flamingo. That is not no flamingo. Flamingos pink, ain't they? Ain't all of them pink? A turkey. I said that was a motherfucking turkey. And it got one of them gobble things up under the neck. I said it was a turkey. It's been turkeys.
That's falllaw.com.
Somebody said that is a crane. That looked bigger than a crane to me.
Forever. That's right. No price hikes, no contracts. $25 forever. Visit a Boost store today. After 30 gigabytes, customers may experience slower speeds. Customers will pay $25 a month as long as they remain active on Boost.
You need a haircut and a hug. You know what? I don't need no haircut.
A truck driver with IRS.
I was thinking about cutting my hair, but as I was washing my hair yesterday, or the day before yesterday, whichever day I had washed my hair, it's actually growing out really decent. You can't tell when it be like this because I got real 4C nigga matted down hair. So it gets matted, as you can see. Like, I have a really tight curl pattern. If I can pull some of it out.
Optima Tax Relief came through with flying colors.
I saved an incredible amount of money. I have to go into
So my hair like shrivels up like coochie hair. But I got a decent amount of hair or whatever, and now I'm ready for it to grow out because I've been cutting it for the last couple of years because it was at a standstill in the center and it wouldn't grow. But now it's growing. So all of a sudden, it just started to grow back.
1 in 3 people with plaque psoriasis may also develop.
It is curly. It's real curly and soft now, but that's since I cut it off and it started growing back. It's like it grew back a better texture. Because baby, before it was coochie coo nappy. I'm trying to tell you, but now it is. It's like really soft and curly, like baby hair.
Taken by injection is a
No, it ain't no Indian Hawaiian silk now, but it's decent. All right, I love y'all. Thank y'all for being here with me. Thank y'all for talking to me.
Allergic reactions and increased risk of infections and problems may occur.
I really do appreciate y'all. Thank y'all for being here. Thank y'all for understanding. Thank y'all for talking back. Thank y'all. Thank y'all. I love y'all for being here. And I'll talk to y'all later.